Hello everyone, and welcome to my Duel Today official news channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. On November 11, 2022, Daytime lost one of its all-time greats with the passing of the outstanding John Aniston of Days of Our Lives. A certain percentage of people were merely aware of John Aniston as, oh, that's Jennifer Aniston's father. We feel terrible for that portion of the populace, as it was sadly left out. He was so much more than just an actor. As those of us who love daytime television know, an actor endowed with a remarkable sense of style and the capacity to erupt on screen with the dramatic power of a volcano. Naturally, the veteran of soap operas is most recognized for his nearly 40-year tenure as Days of Our Lives villain Victor Kiriakis. However, 15 years prior, he had visited Salem in the guise of Dr. Eric Richards. As you can see in the video below, the character didn't leave much of an impact, but Aniston did. His portrayer was coming across as polished as a well-ironed lab coat, even as the MD was being passed over for a date. Between his appearances on Days of Our Lives, Aniston starred in Search for Tomorrow as Martin Tournier, displaying the flair for evil that would serve him so well as Victor, and Love of Life as Eddie Aliada, whose better half scarcely lived up to the title. Martin was such a jerk, he even had an affair with Jo, the show's troubled heroine. Naturally, Aniston's lifetime role followed. He played the role to the extreme when he came back to Days of Our Lives as the Greek tycoon with an excess of wealth and a lack of morality. We loved to hate Victor, and we despised him. Though Aniston had a fantastic mustache with which to spin his character into a villain, the brilliance of his performance, especially in the early going, was that he chose not to do so. Victor gained depth, passion, and, most shockingly, humanity thanks to him. He was rotten almost to the core, not completely. Victor was largely saved by Aniston's influence each time the authors drove him so close to the dark side that it was easy to believe he couldn't be saved. He owned the screen rather than merely appearing on it, energizing his most dramatic sequences and deftly coloring his more subdued moments with the dexterity of a sketch artist. Aniston was given more and more opportunities to portray Victor's wit in later years. His humor was relentlessly dry and as incisive as a freshly honed knife. Even the unusual combination of sour Victor and sweet Maggie Horton was made to work by Aniston and Suzanne Rogers, highlighting the surprisingly real and functional heart of the pot stirrer who had long been the source of misery for the people of Salem. Aniston had persuaded us that he could accomplish anything, even live forever, by the time he passed away, which he will, in a sense, for sure. For those of us who had the good fortune to appreciate his work will always remember it and him. Did Gabby try to kill Lai in the preview for the week of November 13 to 17 on Days of Our Lives? Or was it someone else? See the trailer and read the story below. Jada stopped Dimitri and Leo last week as they were preparing to leave with the assistance of Rolf and Megan. But Dimitri managed to knock her unconscious, and the two ran away. In the meantime, Melinda informed Eric and Nicole that they were expecting a boy, and that she had located a baby for them to adopt. The pair was ecstatic. Melinda did, however, clarify in private that although this child was meant to be adopted by another couple, they could pay the lawyers to violate that agreement. But Nicole ran into Dimitri and Leo as she was driving home, and their cars veered off the road. Next, Holly starts to worry that her mother may have suffered harm when Nicole was speaking with EJ on the phone at the time of the collision. Nicole screams for help after her car runs off the road, and she becomes stuck behind the wheel. Only for Dimitri and Leo to show up as her rescuers, or perhaps not. "This baby is coming," Nicole adds as Leo shakes his head. Soon after, Eric shows up and asks a solemn Nicole where the baby is. Melinda, who is holding a baby, informs Sloane that this might be the answer to her prayers in the meanwhile. The preview cuts to E.G. pulling up to the vehicle accident, Holly and Tate cuddling, Marlena consoling Eric, E.J. yelling at Leo, "Where is my son?" And, At the end, Sloane telling Melinda, "Do you really think we can get away with this?" As things stand, it makes sense. Wendy believes Gabby killed her brother, who passed away not too long ago. But is Wendy really going to burn the earth for eternity, or is this just a brief outburst? Wendy is simply hurting at the moment. This makes sense. It won't last, though. Not only will Tripp be there to calm her down, as he has some experience with being obsessed by retaliation, but she will also feel the cold pinch of reality when she finds out that Lai set up Harris, Steve Burton, to attempt Stefan's death. Wendy will tone it down a little once she realizes her brother wasn't perfect. However, this procedure could take some time. Wendy's conviction that someone was trying to harm Lai will only grow as she finds out about his transgressions. And Gabby was that someone. Regardless of what the outside world says, her brother didn't deserve to die. It will take her some time to get over the idea. That means it was best for Gabby, Stefan, and the other Dimmers to duck and cover. We'll notify them when it's okay to emerge again. Alternatively, Wendy might choose to embrace the bad girl lifestyle after experiencing it firsthand. In Salem, nice females don't get very far. This community is undoubtedly geared toward nasty girls. Wendy might decide she wants to maintain her new identity for a little bit longer once she brings her brother's case to justice. She might be irritated by someone else soon. The W Network or Global TV app in Canada and Peacock Plus in the United States both broadcast Days of Our Lives on weekdays. See all of the most recent Days spoilers for more information about what's happening in Salem. And go here for a comprehensive look at the program's past. Visit our Facebook page, follow us on Twitter, or follow us on Instagram stories to learn more about the latest developments on your favorite soap operas. I'll see you there. According to previews for Days of Our Lives, Holly Jonas said to Nicole Walker Dimmeran that Eric Brady gave her the impression of a real dad. Fans are aware, nevertheless, that Nicole and Daniel Jonas fathered Holly via Chloe Lane, a surrogate. Even if Nicole and Eric Brady did become parents, does Holly's claim suggest that her past has been altered? Could Eric Cole and his partner truly be parents to 2 kids? But before that could happen, drunk Eric killed Daniel. Chloe returned to Salem with a pregnancy after Daniel's passing. But Chloe kept Nicole in the dark about her pregnancy. After Daniel's passing, Chloe apparently had the surgery done, not realizing that she would become pregnant. However, Chloe first told Nicole that a passionate night culminated in an unplanned pregnancy. When the facts eventually surfaced, a custody dispute ensued. Nicole eventually had her child. Let's go back to the present, when Nicole is expecting her own child. Nicole was unaware of who owned the baby, EJ or Eric, but Nicole's worries extended beyond paternity. Nicole faces an increased chance of death, as does the unborn child. Sloane Peterson altered the test in spite of this to give the impression that EJ was the baby's father. Sloane will then insist that Melinda Trask assist her in finding a child. That will be done by Melinda, but is that Nicole's baby or someone else's? We'll see, because there appears to be contradicting information about that. According to teasers for Days of Our Lives, Holly was questioned the day of EJ and Nicole's wedding. Holly said to her mother that she thought of Eric as a real father figure. Holly acknowledged that EJ had been kind to her and Nicole at the same time. History is always being rewritten by soap operas. A statement like Holly's can have no real meaning at times. At other situations, it can suggest that Holly's father and / or birth narrative are altered. Fans are already aware that Nicole is expecting Eric's child, and the news will soon reach everyone. Could Nicole, in a twist, also discover that Eric was Holly's father? Keep an eye out. Strange things have happened in Salem. Post your ideas in the space provided for comments below. Don't forget to keep watching Peacock Soap Opera to see what happens next. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, so please don't forget to subscribe my channel and don't miss any update.